win rate. When we get into this again, it's still even, man.
Yep, okay, NRG on defense, G2 on attack. Got 1-1 on the pistols.
Getting to see our #1 player for ACS, ADR, and KPR in playoffs.
3 sheriffs against no sheriffs.
Should be a treat.
The fake over towards A, and it's a 4-pass and stack, and they play retake on B. They got the right util to retake this though.
Way to get himself back into the side. He is going to be caught out and forced to.
They got wall and wall, so we got layer 1 and layer 2, but Scuba needs to make sure he doesn't die.
In operation, stay alive and wait for your teammates to get
Yeah,
there.
he's got to just stay alive here.
This little nebula popping up will give him a moment of safety, unless Baby decides to push into this.
Baby's got good timing here.
Yeah,
I'm surprised he doesn't take into that smart. He would have owned it, but I don't know for sure.
Cuba, what a place! He's found a little bit of a niche here and a chance at least to get a kill in this round.
Yeah, 1-for-1 gets the info on another player. That's solid, but time is getting low, and eventually NRG need to defuse this spike.
Man, it really has been a game of timing so far. Jaw finds one just to walk up around that mid pillar, but time is short.
Just now, they're getting a tap, and they're up against an Astro. There's a grab well they have to deal with.
Oh, he hit the right one. Dude, just before he got half as well.
Does
Man,
not matter.
G2 killed the 2 that they needed to kill.
Having the Astro on this map, for instance, just getting a late
They got the
grab well
Harbor
like
and they got the Viper, had no vision block on the last. And then on the swing in the 1v3, he hit the diffuser.
A very important piece of
He got off? Nah, he shot the diffuser.
These,
just before he got half.
Harbor retake comps right now on Breeze. Over on that B side, you need players ready to be re-wrapping or playing forward, doing things that are way more proactive. Because when we see the teams just getting cut off on the site on the retakes, that's when they're crumbling
down to Nico. It's a big buy these days.
Cuba was looking for a new rat spot immediately. I respect it. And then we heard that same laugh from Leaf when he scared Marta off the plant. Already quite a nuisance in those post plants, and time is short. Change of tact here for G2. They certainly don't want to be walking into uncovered corners this round. So
why don't they stick it? Mate, he was trying to stick it. They got shot.
Well, it's just not going to come.
It was one round they didn't stick it.
Great for dealing with a player that might come through elbow, but
and that was actual planting, not defusing.
Be the case unless
G2 certainly considered it. Might just be early and all.
It's like a bad play to die there. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Aldrone checks that close corner. Nova pulse as well on the left, just to make sure no one sat there. There's going to be a walk up here, but the firing squad has left his position. It doesn't matter.
Jesus.
The aim punch was brutal for Baby.
Yeah, you're not trying to give a fight like that, even when he has
yeah,
a
they're going to fight for the gun heavy.
Breeze,
even took control.
This fast
that is nice from Ethan. Oh,
crazy
that's
from
unlucky, bro.
But I like this proactivity we're seeing from NRG on the Classics round.
Oh,
my
God.
That is across mid. That is.
All right, buddy. That was a silly little wall with the pocket for Scuba to play, and he gets red.
Train here, those able to play that edge of the cove comfortably.
The savior.
And yeah, this round got a little bit silly, a little bit wild at times. And now Marta has given away his position.
We'll see if he can do any damage at all, but pretty sick from Kiko. Already just a little tease of how good he has been on this map. Evidently, with any gun, any position, doesn't really matter. His jet is just outrageous.
Marta had his hands off the hardware for a moment there. I think that tells you everything you need to know about his intentions in these last seconds.
Also just worth saying in general that it feels like this NRG win streak that they're on of 6 matches in a row, things turn around when Kiko is playing more of the duelist, when he's picking up the Phoenix on a lot of the maps, and they've had success here on Breeze as well, winning the majority of their games. I think 3-1 on this map with him playing Jet. Just the versatility that this guy has, being able to play the controller and the duelist for them both at a high level, but the duelist has really taken NRG over the top.
Insta-dink. Out of charges. Yeah, Trent just flashed out. Ethan gets the refight.
It's crazy. He just gets the random tap headshot kill, but we're seeing moments in a round like this that I think can give you some hope, though, in NRG as to how they're going to be playing on this map. You're liking that proactivity. You're liking the
big Byron
approach, always going for something, looking for advantages.
Yeah, I mean, that's nice with the Astro.
On those boxes. You see that coved out. This is looking eerily like A main on this map.
So there's a pop flash thrown down mid for Kiko to get out there. doesn't spot
good
anyone,
though.
and
Once
that's
they
going to
realize they're
cause
fighting
NRG
over
to go
towards
drift
middle,
over towards this B side.
they hit over
Scuba is
towards
fully
the
committed
site
to
in
anchoring,
reaction.
and he needs help. This is such a tough position to play in as a player on this B site.
Jaws made noise here. He
it's not
knows
a
the
great
two
stun.
relay. Bolt aren't going to quite connect, but he sees Ethan a little bit deeper on the line. Doesn't expect the
fair
closer
play,
play,
got
though.
one there.
Scuba stayed undetected that entire time and is rewarded with the frag. The Guardian just doesn't cooperate for Valen there.
They're going to
So
think
it's
they're
up to Trent
both
and Leaf.
off of sight
Ladder
because
here
it's
at least with the
Astra
Vandal.
and they've seen the
Trent
Sova.
not in the ideal spot to make use of his weaponry.
Maybe.
Leaf needs to pop up and be the whack-a-mole that
almost.
nobody can handle.
Trent doesn't
It's actually
even
a
have
clean
any
round from them.
util
Only
to
one
try
going
to
down.
Supplement a jump up from Leaf. Dismantled by NRG, who play that retake.
Is there any
great.
better
It's
way? No, they kind
so
of used all their
dangerous.
util for the
Whenever
site
on Breeze
here.
right now, you're watching
Trying to work out if
an
there's any
anchored player
better way for Jogamo
dug
to take
into
back
the
sight here.
Whether that be on this B side, if someone's like all the way in the furthest left corner of the map, if you're on
Huge
A, the
recon.
furthest right corner of the map, those guys are going to need help bad. And if the timing window is off, they're going to get run down right now in this Breeze meta that we're in. So NRG just being able to work into mid, not see anyone, and then get to that B side quickly. You saw the high tide come up from Mata. It cut off Trent in main, and then they're fighting right into the
Big
site
Byron.
to help Scuba. That was great.
Brooks Recon as well, straight away picking out two. That doesn't hurt. Here's
Oh.
more. Okay, that's quite a deep cove.
It's just a cool little way for NRG to get that presence in towards A main with a dash up draft, get on the box.
Or at least signal that they're doing that, right?
And see if you can't catch someone.
By
just
A main,
kinda awkwardly
they're
trying
hoping
to
the reaction is that they're going to take
make their
mid
way
and then they
through that smoke that
5-person
would've
fight
been covering
mid.
up the stairway. Again, it's this proactivity. Look at this from NRG. Start of round, in A main, dash up draft, showing presence, and now G2 have to re-clear
Clear
this,
everything.
right? It looks like they might just do it straight up contacting. But then NRG go right back to mid, post Kiko up there. They're always doing
Good call
something
in
on
from
the map.
G2.
Trent
Very
contacts
calm
that
on
box
this.
So we can get a deeper drone and try and check back of sight. It's going to be open. The high tide means that G2 have got a pocket within which to play.
Mata has all of his util ready for this retake. They can just wait out the high tide from G2.
Oh
my
Jogamo.
God, Jogamo.
Set
Hasn't seen
execute
anything. He's
retake
already
here.
low
He's
HP.
so low to this spam. Down to 12 already. And he's spotted by Ethan just around the corner. That is a horrific round.
All goes out for them to
No
retake.
one from
Balen's
G2 is
on
even
his
going
own,
for a
10
rewrap.
HP.
They're all stuck
Bro,
behind
this
this
line
high
gets
tide
spammed
right now.
surely from Kiko.
Down a
Great
man.
spams.
They're all getting spammed out right now. Valen can't do a darn thing. Suppressed. Baby Bay just has wayward aim.
Baby
This is
Bay misses
messy.
wall.
God, that all went down in the screaming heap. It's on Lee.
I gotta see.
He doesn't do much either.
Baby Bay's vice wall here.
Just see
I don't
what
even
was
know how
inevitably
it's
going to happen, how
possible
the dominoes would
that he's
fall.
done this
Just
as a
looking
vice
at the
wall.
minimap, like
He's meant to
15
vice
seconds prior to that,
wall.
because everyone from G2
I
just
don't even know.
hurtled back
I actually
towards
got no
main
idea.
side. All of the util remaining in place for NRG. Mata used nothing until the retake itself. Leaf wasn't able to go for a re-wrap in mid. He thought about it. There was a bit of hesitation. Kiko was on that line anyway. The G2 with just no space to work with and Jaw going down early.
I don't even know how
Playing
you would
Neon
miss
on this
that.
map is
Is he
tough.
going for this
You have a
line
lot on your
here?
shoulders,
He's going for
especially
this
on
line
attack.
and then he
You're
accidentally
always in
hit
these
here.
really far forward positions, and often just left in a situation where it's like, try your best. We hope
That's
you can
so
do
rough.
something. Can't
With your
really
big
help.
buy
You
round
have a
as
chance
well,
to
that's
correct your
devastating. It's
position
good
early,
damage sub,
just
1 on
like
10
he was
HP.
there.
Knife
Yeah,
goes
that is
out
a
and kind of misses
Good
everyone.
first little kill.
Keeping on the
At the
luck here.
sacrifice of a lot of HP, but he'll take it this time. It could be sick onto Mata.
Needs the timing. No sound though. Detected. Mata backs up
10
inside
HP, you're
that
popping that
smoke.
ult, Jogamo, mate.
I mean, he's 10. He still went for it. That's crazy.
Respect, though. Now, on the retake, look at this initiator util. Double flash for Ethan. Brock has the recon to use. The tools for NRG in spades, but this time Leaf is committing to this re-wrap. He didn't on the last round.
But this fragment forces G2 out towards the front of the site. This gives a pocket for Ethan to play into now. Look at him. Out to be up on the site. Can Baby Bay and Valen double swing this? It's a
Baby
hard
Bay's gotta
ask.
commit there.
Valen gets some purchase with a stinger. But honestly, G2 had a good start to that round. Trade 2 for 1. But once again, it falls over in the post plant.
These NRG retakes are just so dense in utility.
Yeah, no,
Every
they're
single
nice in the
time they
retakes.
activate,
They're together for it.
playing multiple initiators.
I will say,
and you have the harbor. There's just so much. That time they didn't even have the harbor life.
They're so on
Didn't
top
even
of
matter.
Jogamo going aggro that
What? What? How are you alive? Listen, he died to the stinger. We get it.
And it's only a
Okay,
matter
big
of
buy
time
round.
until you see Kiko pick up the op on defense. More of the same. A lot of moments where Ethan is going to be throwing a pop flash to get him on the line. Something along those lines, or maybe, you know, a little drone from Brock, etc. But speed from Jaw. Oh my God, that's a devious shot.
At extreme range, man. Hunter's Fury time now.
Oh,
that was a
nice
bolt that did connect.
Kind of got the most perfect timing
Does
on this.
he know?
I don't think so. Can he correct his aim in time? No, that's pretty quick for Scuba.
Scuba knows he's in trouble. Wants to escape.
He's in so much trouble.
Pinged up by the drone. He needs
Kind of
some
not
help.
actually. Ethan's got it behind lock.
Look at Jaw. He is
We've
in
got the
the
Lurk
walls.
and Neon on the go.
Now he has that top map control, but Ethan also
Looking
kind
like
of
your rank games.
reciprocating. The map's essentially flipped now as G2 have to work out from mid, but A is open.
Everybody going for the timings, everyone going for the flanks, but it's resulted in, once again, G2 planting on A and NRG retake time. We have gone back to normalcy.
Still though, Ethan comes into this with 2 flashes to work with. Can just fight, refight back. Maybe we just go as a full trio and isolate these individuals, because what is Jaw planning? He might not have the timing on this.
And Brock not going to have a recon in time to use for this. Jaw is going for the round-winning play, which is the unexpected flank.
Can VALORANT buy enough time for this? Suppressed out, NRG slowly circling like vultures, but Ethan spotted out there.
So
Oh,
nice.
you're kidding me, VALORANT might not need help. This is more than enough time though for Jaw to get
So
there.
nice. I like the
Stunning round from
idea of
G2.
the pressure of planning for main and having no one in
Tiny
main.
little 2v3.
Sick recovery.
Then the wraparounds and then one hiding back of sight, and then he's using the pressure of them being in main for the first kill as well.
You're being thrust in some pretty tough positions consistently, and right now Jaw is just lighting up NRG. The first kill was stunning from him. And then exploits the hole in the map that he created and just pushes all the way into the spawn.
Okay, big round again. Here we go.
All right,
Still feel like
pays off
NRG
there
are
for
putting up
G2.
decent numbers at the moment on defense. Yeah.
Seeing Captain VALORANT stand on his own 2 feet and deliver a warning to NRG. Obviously, getting Kiko posted up mid somewhere impactful is going to be important.
The Viper on the
running away
spike
from
there.
the
It's not the
Turbulent
worst idea.
You're waiting to see on both mid and A main.
We've seen
as
people
well,
use
if there's
Viper
gonna
with
be some
vision
audio
block
cues
a fair amount of times.
NRG doing something proactive.
Spike's
some
about
kind
to
of
peek this, right?
Pop flash, etc. to get space, but
This is a little bit of a dangerous cross if there isn't that standard smoke.
yeah, every cross has to
That
be
is
covered
close.
if you're G2.
That was so close.
And because they're G2, those crosses will be covered. Those are the aspects of the game that they are never playing around with. You can trust them to be reliable and consistent.
Fake with the Astra
Now
ult.
the Astra committed over towards B and Jaw
Making a lot of
on the other
sound.
side
They
of
keep
main.
the numbers.
Fast lane as well.
Yeah, they
further
keep the
selling
numbers
it.
interested for a good amount of
Just
time.
Divide?
Just has Kiko with the AWP. Can he get onto an angle? in
Dude, it's
time
actually
to
like,
find
in
an
theory,
opener
it's
as
not a good
possible?
fake because they don't even get through the choke, but they just make so much sound. They stay for so long,
Stunning
and they
stuff.
put
Doesn't
the
have to
wall in,
test
and
any of this
the wall
fights
just
until
vision blocks so much. Yeah.
Jaw here ready to pick up that mid position. No slide.
Nah, oh my
relay.
God, I was
Boom,
gonna
Martin's
say.
able to catch him out. Hunter's Fury though now comes in for Trent, but he doesn't really know where he's firing
Big jewel in the
at.
middle.
That stun's still
Ooh.
connected. Scuba with a delayed trade onto Leaf. So the advantage still lies for
Trent has a
NRG.
recon.
Found that
Does
first
he want to
kill
get a kill
courtesy of
before he uses
the AWP
recon?
in
Probably.
Kiko's hands. That's going to go away. He can pop that ult. Where
One way.
someone could be main, could be Cubby.
Baby has to hear this. He knows Kiko is hunting. He needs to try and double up with Trent here, but this is dangerous 2v2. The Opera's something you've got to respect. Kiko now out in the open, still has the
Holy
blade storm
Trent.
to work with, but Trent is unbothered.
That's so nice from him. They play.
That's
Dude,
four
they
for
play
G2.
these
Trent
2v3s
is just
so well.
An absolute
They're playing
clutch
these 2v3s
monster.
so well.
I was even reading in an interview he did recently after one of their last matches about how he takes the time to just go back and watch other players in clutch situations. Watch those late round moments to pick up on their tendencies. So when he's going up against them, he knows
So
what to
nice.
expect, knows how to win 1v1s against any opponent he's playing against. It's just that level of meticulousness that has G2 always
Force him down to
in
an
the
eco as well.
upper
They're in a
echelon
great
of
spot
teams,
now.
and Trent
Still
just
feel like NRG
never a
with
slouch. Consistently
5 might
one
be
of
right,
the best
but-
initiators globally for his entire career tenure.
Statistically, this is one of his best maps as well. Really, really strong on breeze outings in general over the course of this stage. Got to be a timeout here for NRG, because safe to say the wind's kind of been knocked out of their sails. There's a bit of a half-buy brewing. Also a reckoning here for Marder. Pretty important in some of these retake scenarios. Spots in which NRG have generally looked pretty good.
The NRG retake, yeah, the NRG retakes have been super solid, but I like that G2 have been trying to do as much as they can to disrupt them.
As a Lev fan, who do you want to win this game? God, I don't even know who you would rather play. Probably G2, because I guess it looked fine last time you played.
They are always sending
and you know you're going to beat them on Ascent.
They're always trying to press areas of the map to just disrupt NRG's.
And you're probably going to beat him on Fracture.
Kind of like set strat approach to
yeah,
those moments.
You would want G2 to win, I'm pretty
that's
sure.
what you need to do on a map.
You're 2-0 up, are you not? If you look at a best of 5 in double map ban.
Is Babybay trying to take an early op line in mid here? Looks like that is the plan.
A rare, it feels like a rare Babybay op, but
yeah,
it's not rare that he immediately
0-7. He asked if he can use the op.
On the attack side. His attack side opping is really, really good. Like, think about all the times he's playing Chamber on Bind, for instance.
Haven.
Just dominant.
We are going to get a Babybay Chamber map in this series if it goes the distance. That's map number 4. Bind obviously out of the rotation, but Haven very much still in. Oh, sees just a glimpse of Marta. This is NRG kind of running it down a little bit here, trying to get some of that mid presence now. Kiko finds himself in a very awkward spot.
He used the pit on this round, by the way, over towards A main. So that is just
it is a little
out of the game for NRG.
A little weird, but maybe they've been holding it for so long they just wanted to use it.
Come up with a magic play in this moment to somehow get in this round. But
he waiting for a pop touch from Ethan, but he just goes.
How's he allowed to do this?
Yeah, just wants to catch the timing. Intuition moment, but it doesn't work out.
This should be pretty smooth sailing from here on out.
Okay, very nice.
Ethan running away from the fight. Okay, sliding on through.
Man, the harbor puddle thing is actually a pretty good bit of util, man. It pops a little too fast, and the fact that it gives you info is really strong.
So he could be anywhere. He could be in the walls. Oh, just as the one-way clove pops down, dirty.
Oh, and the little.
It's underrated. Yeah, it might be the most. Maybe the most underrated bit of util right now.
All right, I see you, Babybay, going from 0 to 3 frags now.
And you can imagine that G2
nothing gives info right now on other agents.
We saw
pretty big.
The explosive opening round strats revolving around Jaw, taking very fast duels. And now, a bit later into this half, they're mixing it up, relying on Dre with this operator.
G2 normally on this,
is new from Kiko, though. The first
go
time
for the set strat on the A split.
Sort of mid-win, double door,
and I'm looking at NRG, and they're pretty much expecting this. We've got to punish over towards door already.
Prevail against this.
And drone to ensure that no one on NRG could be on just that.
The recon doesn't work.
To execute into the side. Kiko pinged up as well, so he's got to get on the run. There's no way that NRG can try to actually hold this. They know that. It's time to play for the full retake, and they have Mada's Reckoning to do it with.
Brook was trying to stay inside that high tide, Wyatt, but I think he saw the Reckoning come through and realized he couldn't find himself a Gremlin kill there.
Dude, every time Jorgama. But the thing is, this time they have a second layer. They actually have someone else aggro now.
Now what if you,
so, like, do they consider Leaf here?
In front of the high tide, you're going to get hit by a Reckoning.
Still Garden as well. That's going to complicate things further, I'm sure. Leaf trying to go in there with that Vandal, but Mada and Scuba get classic kills and keep NRG ahead. Eventually, they're going to have access to their primaries once more, and Trenton's going to have his wits about it. Here's the press. Fine and timing. This swing is okay, but leaves it on Babybay now with the op. 3 kills in the previous round.
Only one bullet.
Not sure how that didn't hit, frankly. Kiko's having to run him out of town.
Just a little bit wide. I like that counter ultimate that Dre did throw out. The Steel Garden was nice. That was really one of the only win cons available for G2
maybe they could have chilled a little bit Valorant here, but
a situation that is just a nightmare to deal with. I mean, that's pretty unlucky for Jaw, but
he would have got wrecked either way.
Yeah, when you're in that post plant at your G2, what are your options? Like, you play behind the high tide to avoid the Reckoning? Well, then you're giving up all the space, and you're about to get fried and stuck in the choke. If you play in front of it, you get hit by the Reckoning. Like, they really played to the only option they had, which is try to steal Garden, try to fight around it if we can. So, you know, good effort, good idea, but no matter what, they're just at a low percentage.
Like this, like puddle in here. They know that no one's close to us.
No more opping for
That's
Dre.
pretty
It's all
strong.
about Jaw on these entries and the pressure on Brock with the Odin at double doors trying to hold
Dude,
things down
full
for the
pass
team.
and push behind.
He is fully on his lonesome. Look at the mini-map. He's getting pinched.
Yeah, and Scuba's looking for a timing now to get in the mid.
Holy hell, man.
Ridiculous. It cannot be happening. It's illegal. That can't happen. He should be getting pinched from both sides.
I mean,
And
he
yet
should at least
still
be.
gets 3.
You think he'd be getting hit at least by one of
Whoa.
those guys. They all swing one after
DB4.
another. Hunter's Fury here. Trent, that's a nice one to pick up. Ethan also tagged up by it. We are in a post plant. This is still winnable territory somehow.
Yeah, now it is. Look at the ground Kiko has to cover with that op. Maybe because he's so silent, he might catch Leaf. Well, not very
Danger.
silent anymore. He's dashed in, has some info, but don't want to
Holy,
fail, man.
bro.
Now, NRG, look how
They
split
win
they are.
so many mad
Just not
after
able to work
plants on
together
site.
at all. And even if Ethan gets this kill, the
Doesn't
time's
matter.
too low. He can't even run over there. There's too much distance to cover, and Leaf is just playing it
After plants right
to
now,
win,
has
which is
been
also annoying from Ethan's point of
2v3,
view.
a 2v3, a
He'd prefer if he took a
2v4,
little duel
all
there,
on the
but
A
no,
site.
he's just going to wrap around the box
Kinda
and
insane.
stay alive.
Okay, so it all sort of falls. Okay, this 0 point here, they get suppressed as they jump out. Oh, man.
Yeah, oh man, I didn't even
Trent
catch it the
involved
first
in
time,
all
but
of them?
that's
He
sick.
might
And that
be.
even turns off the ability for
Nah, maybe not the first
Baby Bay
one.
to send that flash out
Arc
potentially
Rose.
with the
Yep.
Arc Rose, any other util to come through.
Dirty setup.
That's
That's
a-
frustrating. You're not
I-
rewarded for your setup at the start
It's
of the
a
round.
devastating
2v5 with the
round to
trade?
lose.
Yeah. Sure.
A 4-on-2.
I mean, Leaf had the most abominable off angle on that A side. Kiko was not ready. Okay, so
Dude,
Odin
it's a big
with
round to
sort
force
of
them down to an eco again.
nuts
Man,
and
these
bolts here
rounds
for
are
NRG. They've
devastating.
got a couple of
But
sheriffs.
they don't eco, they just go for a double force.
They once more is hunting. He has that up to hand.
Toxins going up.
NRG have been
Got thrown down on the A side.
NRG have been changing a bit of their. You know when they used to eco and they used to only do classics? So they do have that at the beginning of the game, but then when it gets a little later, they do like hero guns
And he's going
now.
to fight for it too. Marta taken down, but Brock gets 2 kills off his Hunter's Fury.
Now that's a sick ult. Look at I mean, the players that died for NRG.
So far
the ones
apart.
who didn't have the great guns either, so it doesn't really matter in that regard, right? They've still got the Odin. They have a rifle in the hands of Ethan, and this is very winnable for them. So
You see the
is
recon
sent
deep mid? They should know they're
down
pushing
mid
for that.
the Reclear.
Filthy noise cut this one. Even Scuba's considering getting off B or at least having a less committed position.
Yeah, look at NR. I mean, look
It's
at
a strong
NRG
push,
across the map.
surely.
They are spread thin. Ethan is not going to be able to get to this B
Oh,
side.
boy,
in
he's
time.
moving.
There's an attempt to hold from the two NRG
Yeah, I like this
players.
pulse before this.
He is,
Player standing.
oh, they both go down. It's traded out. It has to be a clutch from Ethan.
And we saw the same passing from Scuba actually on that pistol round when he was smoked out.
Yep, that's a noise cut brain destroyer moment.
That's
from
an
G2.
NRG,
Baby
special,
bang.
man. Marlon will look to wait.
Holy, nice
my
1v2.
goodness. What a moment from Ethan. From
big step up
extreme
from him.
frustration in the previous round to exaltation here in round
Shit,
11.
Baby Bay there,
Was
just
the 1v1
tucking
IGL
under window, maybe.
head-to-head clutch. Crucial to keep NRG in this game after
He's got his wall for that. He doesn't have to do
it's
it.
a nasty ult in the midst of that execute. NRG not really with the weaponry on site to make any more of it. The trades for G2 are good. They completely scrambled NRG's position with that noise cut. But Ethan gets the isolated moments on both players.
That is a desk slammer, 100%. Last round of the half, and
Well,
both
they
these
got the
teams have
5.
played each other close here on Breeze. The weaponry is
I'll see them make it a
awkward for
6.
G2 this time around, though.
Pacey into elbow. Jaw just with the stinger and an overdrive at some point into this round. Could be some pressure on Ethan.
Be a slide swing opportunity here now. Valen.
They feel
Find the
weird.
timing there. It's going to be an ult command.
Yeah, and that's the execute
jump
done
like
if
this
there
when you
was
pop the
supposed
neon
to
up.
be one from G2. A G2 with
There was. Look at this high tide up.
they've got a meager
Maybe.
buy. High Tide is now going to be irrelevant later into this round.
Sazaki, thanks so
Valen
much for
gets
the Prime, man.
refresh on
Appreciate the
his
4 months.
smoke. That is one of the
for that.
bonuses of playing Harbor. You get that Cove back constantly.
quick.
So it's not like they're without smokes to try to get back into a site later, but you don't have the critical piece.
And once again, NRG are free to just
Obscuring
spread the
vision.
map here. Okay, Leaf, that is a legit Nebula that is thrown over towards double door. But with how far down mid the Marba is. I don't think he's selling anything.
So Ethan is just kind of jiggling, taking this contact. Scuba in a position to fight more aggressively. Swings off that pop flash, but it doesn't connect. He goes down.
Okay, raw contact's going to be the way to get him to be, apparently. And what remains of this controller util? Down here, stunning close as Ethan gets out onto the side. There won't be a whole lot to see here.
They just don't even want to give them a chance to try to plant this spike. They are here to fight with the better weapons.
Ethan has a 0 point coming back in a couple of seconds, but he's out of flashes.
15 seconds left to get this plant down for G2.
Time is ticking. This could be dangerous. NRG know they're in the right place here to disrupt. It's going to be Brock with the Odin. Leaf has to go massive here, and frankly, he's just overwhelmed. Spike plant is down. And Baby Bay has to chase some frags to end the half out. NRG, keep it even, Stevens.
Yeah, they'll be very happy with that half.
Hard fought to get the last couple rounds back, and it came from a really crucial clutch that Ethan got in that 1 versus 2. Makes up at least a little bit.
NRG's issue with the post plants are the Harbor's never live, really.
4 versus 2 round, a critical moment in this half that gave G2 the lead.
They're
It's getting scrappy out here, bro. It's getting scrappy out here, bro.
If they protected the Harbor a little better in their retakes on A, they would have much better time.
In those post plants.
If they, instead of having to find them and don't have any vision, like have vision block,
with evil geniuses,
the easiest retakes. Sinison, thanks so much for the tier 1. Appreciate the 4 months.
Hanging out on stage here for the lower bracket.
As soon as the Harbor's dead, it just
Before
becomes so easy.
Into this matchup, I gotta ask, seeing EG go out, what do you think the biggest lesson was there for them in the for you in the first stage?
I think the biggest lesson for us was just being on the same page as a team, whether that be in or out of the server, and just making sure that we all know what we want and how we're going to execute it.
All right, we hope you can see that from the team next year, next stage rather. Looking at this
next
match,
year.
serious thoughts. How are you feeling? I kind of felt you saying G2 over there a little bit, but are you kind of going back and forth?
I'm hoping for a G2 3-0 right now. G2's been looking like the better team, but at the end of the day, tomorrow, Lev's going to win anyways, so.
Oh my God, I was going to go to the next one. But yeah, what's it take to kind of buckle down in a match like this when you know you're behind, when you know you got to take the win?
I mean, closing it out. I mean, G2 over there, Jogamo, he's looking like a real warrior over there. Can't wait to see what happens though. I mean, I'm just hoping for a good match, honestly. But yeah.
All right. What was your initial thoughts for Lev taking it? Why do you give him so much strength there?
Lev has my child Sato on there, and that's all I need. I love Sato. I love all those guys on Lev, Neon, Blows, Spike, King. I mean, they got what it takes to win.
All right, I like it. Well, now we got Evil Geniuses on stage as Digizine's going to join us here. They're going to be throwing out some swag for you. It's summertime, so it's the EG Summer Line. Take it. And while they're doing this, I want to hear from you. Anybody who wants to see G2 get some rounds in, let's hear for
better
G2.
Than their jerseys, man. I would just ask to wear the normal t-shirts.
All right, NRG fans, you can do better than that, right? NRG fans, let's hear you! Oh my God, let's see what happens, gentlemen. Take it away.
Thanks, Riv. It's getting rowdy out in the crowd and scrappy in the game. To quote Scuba, as we've seen a couple of these post-plant, these retakes come down to like 1v2s. It's a huge clutch that Ethan is able to win out in round number 11. And frankly, G2 just mill around a whole bunch in round 12 and eventually get brought down by a NRG who are waiting for them at the site. So, NRG get a chance now to set the pace, set the tone into our second half of our second map.
2-1 on the pistols. I think G2 got to win this pistol, otherwise they're pretty much done here.
Now, one of the tales of that first half for me as well is just the fact that NRG was so dominant in the first kills, but it wasn't always the conversions. 4v5s are good from G2. Scuba right now watching the flank.
Hike with the prime man. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for that.
For NRG in this game, and they need to close out this pistol.
Repass and push behind, but they take spawn and they plant for spawn. It's very nice, man, from NRG.
Scuba has the prescience though to turn and look. Oh God, if he'd found all of them, that would have been nuts. Ethan next to step up here. VALORANT, Baby Bay, all healthy enough.
I mean, they still got the cove.
May as well be in Nantucket. Different postcode. And now might be facing down 2 players here. Awkwardly, nothing really G2 can do to help him out. Brock, though, brought down. Ethan a little bit Worse for wear, but it's Kiko.
I will say, like, both of the teams can get a little better with their cove on this stuff. Like, you had the two pushing into side there. They know where it's planted. And this guy can tuck in and smoke the spike, and they can create pressure on the spike. It's like the whole thing that was going wrong at the beginning. No one's using the cove well on these retakes. They're kind of playing it like it's a normal agent. Marsky with the prime, appreciate the 5 months. NRG's problem was Mada was playing like a duelist. He's just fighting too early on A. And then G2 here, they just got to prioritize it. Like, they're at least playing the Harbor pretty passive. But
similar opening here, G2 with a bit more of a default assortment across the map and no mid-presence. Want to play close in corners.
FNS raid, bruh, this guy's still not sorted his internet out.
It's Kiko that accosts him with the stinger, and Leaf is just trying to get ahead of this, but he is suppressed.
Yeah, that's going to run away with this map.
No, he's having a nightmare time. He got hit by the knife, and then he gets hit by the recon later as well. Totally fried. See if maybe Ethan can kill hunt a little bit, getting close to the null command.
Would bode well for these fast hits. NRG look like so far they're happy to do.
Is it attack-sided? Yeah.
Move up on
especially with Harbor. The like Harbor Viper or Harbor +1 smokes is just so attack-sided.
Spike or maybe an exit. Trent attempting to play a impish little angle.
Dina with the tier 1. Thank you for the 2 months, dude. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Defense sides against Leviathan, that was the issue for them. Really uncomfortable. Today, though, they look like a different team for the most part. But this is Breeze. This is NRG's map pick. And they're looking to assert themselves on the second half now.
Yeah, it was a quality defense half that they displayed on Lotus that also involved winning some thrifties to get ahead. 2 really important rounds, 1 out, right? So if you're NRG, you have to clean that up to be able to close out your map pick here.
Is there anyone else that can make KO on Breeze work? I mean, it's one of the better KO maps, man, but you should just run a Phoenix these days, really. Unless you have got an Ethan. I don't know, Ethan's probably the only guy I trust with it.
One way, they didn't drone into A main and sort of walk up. I think it might have been 2 rounds where it happened. And in one of them, Trent actually contacted the box and droned deeper into the site.
So what is the move here from NRG?
Yampy? Mate, Yampy's allergic to right-click in the flash, though.
This Vice util, and it's Vice util that you don't really know about until you're actually midway through the exec. They're completely stalled out.
They're walking into it, and now Mada getting lit, but he's behind the boxes. Baby Bay knows it! Full flash! Ethan just presents himself on a silver platter. And Scuba is ready for Baby Bay to swing wide and finds him. Recon bolt, and Kiko is revealed. It still ruins Trent anyway. Scrappy is a great way to describe it.
Look at this secondary deep high tide thrown out from Mada. It's just allowing NRG to get
just better on the map, man.
I
mean, it's a little better on the map.
This is all but impossible for Leaf. Yeah, he's gonna be surrounded.
Even the rounds that
that's a great
the rounds that G2 won were just like
using that Viper wall close,
individuals and a bit of a misplay from NRG, really.
They had gotten all of that util out from Baby Bay. It delayed. They lost 1 player, but they traded out. Yeah. And now with that second high tide, fighting forward behind it, stuffing these G2 players in at the chokes, making it a nightmare to get out of them. They can't.
We see that a lot from MIBR as well. It gives you like a second area to try and scale.
I mean, they want pistol, they want pistol, anti-eco, then 3 2v.
Get to the core of the issue to get to the side itself. Got to be a very quick timeout here, admittedly, from Josh RT. To be fair, didn't really feel like he had to intervene too much on that attack side. But again, on defense is where he likes to spend them, especially if he's trying to interpret what NRG's overarching game plan appears to be and offer some suggestions on how G2 can begin to unravel it.
It is really cool to see, honestly, over the stage how
any faith in NRG to win a map, mate? They're about to win this one easy.
Early on, it just felt so repetitive every round, right? But the game around it has really began to develop. I think both in terms of how we're seeing these teams play the post plants when they're
100 Thieves should have tried to pick another map and let this go to third map. Mate, they still would have lost 2-1.
But on defense as well.
How you still think about 100 Thieves, man? Let it go.
I was a little worried about our America's Breeze earlier on.
You gotta start focusing on stage 2, mate. Do the same thing again.
To be fair, at least we don't
get your hopes up, get crushed again. It's gonna be harder in stage 2. They're gonna actually finish top 2.
So, proof in the pudding about the effectiveness of that Josh RT.
You might not even get your hopes up, actually.
Likely before we get tip off into the smoke. Gotta respect the owl drone, though. Yeah, NRG dotting their I's, crossing their T's, making sure they do not have the wall pulled over their eyes. So G2 now have to scatter across the map and try and, I don't know, get some extracted value on the way out.
Yeah, would love to just get.
Dude, they love a flip of the map.
The ult, especially in the context of these comps, is insane.
Lose mid,
yeah,
flip
you
the
could use
map.
it for an exec. Maybe you're able to turn off all of the Vice util if for some reason the Vice is playing on the same side as the util on the round where there's null command, or but just having it for a late round when you know they're going to go for the big harbor retake and you can just
Shut down the
deny all
ball.
that. Yeah, it feels like the round's just done.
It feels kind of nice here. Get into a post plan and you get a sound cue and then you rip it. It'd be devastating. Not too shabby from VALORANT here.
Yeah, it's alright damage.
NRG are kind of losing out in the gunfights here. The round, though, is safe.
Oh, and there's that ult. Null command right on time for the,
the gun
points
round.
and the narrative that we were spinning up. Thank you, Ethan. Appreciate that.
And what we were sort of suggesting
I think
is
it's
the
just a
timing
approach
of
goal they
VALORANT
have
is
if
gonna
they
be
don't have
really
mid
important.
control, to be
Probably
honest.
tells us a lot
Could be a
about the plan for
G2
NRG.
specific thing.
By the way, this is now Kiko at the casual.
Okay, last roll go at it for G2 this round.
Yeah, hasn't had to be too flashy in this game. Also,
Like
hasn't
NRG
sort of
are
been
going to
left
keep
in
it
any clutch
simple.
scenario. It's just been really effective.
G2 want to
Give those
retake on
first
A,
kills.
but do they actually play retake, or is VALORANT going to
You might see
commit?
again this nice double-layered wall setup on
This
A.
is what I was just saying. You have Baby Bay now going over towards that A side, and he has the util over on the B side because of a null command, just like this. And it looks like G2, they want to anchor this. They're playing up really close, right tucked behind the attacker Viper wall.
Well, NRG is arbitrarily forcing this. They are going to go for it.
Yeah.
He's that confidence. They look so clean on these executes. Then Baby Bay eventually ends up getting
I feel like I
suppressed.
just hate watching
That's how
Harbors
the
try
Ethan
fight
was able to
science
get onto
though.
that A side.
So the call for G2
At least they had,
is to just
well,
try
there's
to
two, I guess,
fight in front of the harbor wall, but behind that Viper wall, and try to catch NRG as they're getting into the site. They commit to anchoring it with 3 players, but it doesn't work out. They are just still collapsed on by NRG. It's so tough to be able to manage all of the lanes from the attackers getting in onto this site. The potential for the timings jumping through. It's a 2-on-3. Everyone from NRG in main. Time is just so low on the clock right now. I mean, Molly as well. Bro, this is just chalked.
Yep.
There's just no way. There is just no way.
Baby Bay hoping to extract himself
Yeah, it's
from the
nicely
site with
handled.
his
I
weapon
like this from
inside.
NRG. As soon as they
That's
kill
all
the
G2
harbor
are
as
gonna
well,
really
they
get
just
from this round.
straight
That's
over
brutal.
towards A.
NRG
Dude, they're just
going
way more
for
prepped on this.
Full execute on A behind the null command.
They just have everything down. They'll make control when they go over towards
they
B.
really
Protocol
don't
take
have to
more
shift
spawn.
much
Bomb
at
for
all
spawn.
in comparison to the previous
Over
rounds. It's
towards
still
A
just that
site,
first
fight
layer
A
with the
site,
Viper.
kill the harbor. Everyone tucks
Having
over towards
a
A
wall
main
up,
now.
dividing
They
the
got
site
nothing
in
to win the
half
after plant. Well,
into
nothing
that
to win
deep
the
wall.
retake. They just
Yeah, he's trying to
just
anchor
better on this
close.
map.
Valorant's trying to get into anchor with him
Hero,
as well,
hello
but
mate, how we doing, bro? Thanks so much for the raid, man.
timings
Hope
around
stream's
these
good.
pyramids, the timings around the smoke. It's just so tough.
Best
to
of luck in
anchor this site.
EWC, I think, right? You're still in that lower bracket.
And now the timeout.
It just feels like you're always getting
I
caught
looked
by
at it
something. It
earlier.
feels
I
like
think you're lower bracket.
your paranoia is on max.
You're
That
on
someone
2-0
is
today, right?
just going to be pushing through at any given time. There could be an Ethan pop flash coming. Is he wrapping pyramid this way or the other way, or is he going through the middle? It's like there's just so much that could be going on. Anchoring there it just sucks, man.
Yeah,
It's so
lower bracket
hard.
run.
It is so difficult as a player.
And I imagine now, like, a lot of the conversation for G2 is actually where they're supposed to be holding when they anchor these sites. Are they going to get forward? Are they going to fight and try and be disruptive into NRG, or are they going to play full retake? Pretty scary prospect, I think. It's kind of hard to do that against NRG's composition, but also if they play forward, they're getting flashed to smithereens by Ethan. He just pops them out of the smoke every time.
Yeah, maybe an opportunity as well to try to go for a larger kind of push-through effort into mid through one of the extremities, and then try to wrap more players on the retake, have more of a flanking presence and less of a presence trying to get through the like front-facing
The
wall
anti-forms
and
for
smoke
the jet.
density that's just covering up
Low
all
enough
of
that it
those
spreads
chokes.
to the floor as well. It's not bad.
Still
G2 forced into it. They got a bit of a change up getting that
in
up,
the hands of
but
Jaw. He's posted up over towards the A main side.
The ticket tells the story. It's been 7 consecutive rounds won here by NRG. Okay, so we get the standard Viper wall over on A, but no follow through behind that. No high tide, no walk out of A main, no flash, nothing. So now G2.
Yeah, just standard kind of run of the mill, just harbor opper is posted up over
Yeah,
towards
very-
RB.
Whoa.
Just
very
as we
standard.
all expect.
Still kind of fast on that, though.
But this might become
True Bum with the raid as well. Thanks so much.
Like
A lot of raids today. Appreciate you all. The stream was good as well.
Aldrin doesn't see anything. That double door spot is given up pretty happily by Jaw, who is hoping to be at the contact point with his op.
Dude, how long
Flash
does
is gonna
Scuba wait
force him
here?
right off and force him into a bit of a retake protocol here. Look at this early preemptive high tide here.
Yeah, so they realize they're hitting over towards site. Double wall.
Holy
bruh.
He's just shredding them. Walked up onto the side. Not a care
Dude, I
in
think
the
they just got
world.
to accept.
And this is where
I
G2
feel
was
like
supposed to have had a plan.
I could do this for a lot of teams as well, but the success rate of when you do the wall like this, or when you do some kind of wall here and fight site, the success rate has to be like 10%, man. The defense never win
comes
this.
up with a huge play, but it's also kind of
You
off the
just
back
gotta
of
retake
G2
it.
just feeling like they need to fight in that choke.
But like if you
Jaw
don't
is
have a main
covering
control,
a
you're
tough
just screwed.
angle with the op, trying to watch main when the smoke
Or
is
if you
down
at
in
least don't
front of
have
it.
one of these, you're screwed.
He doesn't even want to risk going for it at this point. Just save the rifle. You hate to play for OT sometimes, but it's a necessity.
I mean, this is just disastrous. G2 have found 0 defense side rounds.
Is
here
that bad on
Bree.
defense? They don't have a
They
bad
try something a
defense
little bit
comp,
different. They
but
actually-
they're just trying to fight the sites instead of
intuit the timing
retaking.
of NRG's A push pretty well with that high
Just the harbor stuff. It's really bad anchor.
Raw gun skill as Ethan walks up on it.
And they just don't have the right weapon for Jaw to be holding close there. The op just doesn't get value in the round. And yeah, look at where he's at. He has to try to cover in a situation where a player from NRG could be coming through any section of that wall, right?
And he also had to vulnerable himself by walking the Viper wall there.
Yeah, it's just a really tough spot.
Do you think the EWC matches give any insight to how teams
Well,
will
no
perform
more
at London?
timeouts left,
Nah,
no
not really.
more second chances either for G2. They need to nail it in this round and then force for the rest of regulation.
It's just a different.
Does not get
This is
more
completely different, man.
decisive than this. NRG are just
EWC's
proving that
who
they
wants it
are
more.
the real deal on Breeze.
And this is why people are feeling G2 right now are fallible. It's been this discomfort on defense sides that's been so evident over the last couple of days. Novapulse catches Scuba, but he is ahead of it and back around the corner.
Just going to commit that cloud even to try to get the wall pop, but that's why Jaw is so close with this judge.
Does Jaw have the right weapon for his position this time? We've seen him be pretty successful here. Kiko is going to clear close.
Nice kill, man.
That is insane. 6-0 first kills to first deaths for Kiko now.
Just so clean. Like I said, hasn't had to be a high flyer, hasn't had to be flashy, but he has given NRG their inroads in almost every one of these rounds. Brook here looking to pave the way with the Hunter's Fury, but there is a pullback for NRG. They've now taken
Good
this
info
space.
on that with the
They're cutting
spam on
noise
top.
and spraying into the smoke. Now they know they can absolutely
Oi.
go for it. Leave. Oh, what a transfer! 25! And he's enough!
Trent straight
Trent
at
brings
him.
him down. What an ignoble end for someone who might have just saved the map for G2. At least evens up the numbers now, but this side is all NRGs.
Scuba just wants to get the timing on that fight. Trent has only got the Marshall, and now he's the only one left.
And Brock knows where Valen is based on where the wall's coming from. He knows he's isolated there. So Trent's going to walk up with the Marshall.
It still has drone.
Yeah, pinged out by the
Scuba
Aldro.
ults wraps around as well.
Could have been a pretty legendary round here for G2, but a couple of things just aren't drawn up in favor of them.
Doesn't even
Spike is
consider it.
planted
That's
for
how much he
tunnel.
owned him.
Scuba pops the pit and then just wraps
they're way better
around,
on
so
this
he's
map.
got the angle to
G2
close
did a little
things
bit of
out as a
work. They can't hold A with a harbor.
decisive Map 2 victory for NRG, a cut above on Breeze. Flawless on that attack.